The true cost of fast fashion. Buying clothes have never been easier. 80 billion items are manufactured every year. We are putting too much product out there. Most of that product ends up in a landfill. So-called fast fashion allows consumers to buy more, but they are wearing the garments less often and disposing of them at the unprecedented rate. This is where wardrobe cuts end up. Savannah Rares is a clothes recycling and processing plant in Nottingham, Ireland. They process discarded clothes from recycling bins around the country. Mohammed Patel has been running this plant for 12 years. Majority of it will go to Africa and Dubai. We send some of it to Europe, and we have a couple of buyers here in UK that buy from us also. Globally, sorting plants like this only deal with around 25% of discarded clothes. In Britain, more than 300,000 tons of clothes end up in landfill every year. It's the fastest growing category of waste in the country. But this is a global problem. Expanding middle class in emerging markets are hungry for more and cheaper fashion. It's estimated by 2050, global clothing sales could more than triple. One of these things that we've noticed is that the quality of the actual material being used has gone down. We are now having to process a lot more just to get the same quality of goods that we can sell on. But how can the fashion industry continue to grow while addressing the environmental need for people to buy fewer clothes? New York fashionista Lilma Cola is less about rags and more about latest runway fashions. Because I post often on Instagram, there is a little bit of pressure to have a new outfit. She's a fashion blogger. Her style posts and clothing tips are attracting a big online following. I found myself before buying a lot of clothes. I usually bought clothes from H&M and Zara and ASOS. But if you are looking for a trendy piece, they have them. They are pretty affordable. Today, she's looking for a new outfit for a swanky industry event. But this store doesn't sell clothes. It rents them. Leomar has been championing Rent the Runway's radical new approach to high-end fashion. Rent the Runway is clothing borrowing service, which allows you to rent clothes for either 4 or 8 days at a time. You are cycling those clothes as fast, but you are borrowing it with other people, so other people get to wear the same thing that you are wearing as well. On average, only 20% of clothes are worn on a regular basis. Rent the Runway mission is to change consumers' relationship with the clothes they wear. Rather than buying something only getting to wear it maybe 3 or 4 times before you decide to give it away or throw it away, an item is worn a lot more when it is being shared across different people. Rent the Runway only have a couple of flagship stores, but online is a giant and is disrupting the fashion industry. To date, there are 10 million members, though it comes with their hefty laundry bill. The company claims to have the largest dry cleaning facility in the world. Rent the Runway is getting more mileage out of items of clothing. It's also helping to tackle an increasing throwaway culture. But the last thing clothing brands want is for consumers to buy less, except perhaps for Patagonia, an outdoor apparel brand which sent shock wave through the industry with its front-page adverts in the New York Times on Black Friday 2011. Here in Amsterdam, Ryan geared his up Patagonia's operations in Europe and the Middle East. The apparel industry has become one of the most polluting in the world. As an industry, we are creating products that people don't need by stimulating demand and creating this sense that if you don't buy it now, it's not going to be available. There is a race to the bottom on price and quality. That is an unsustainable model. Patagonia's philosophy flourished in the face of fast fashions to buy once, buy well, and meant clothing for a longer lifespan. So maybe doing that in Amsterdam and then figuring out how to sell it elsewhere. With the largest single repair facility in North America and mobile mending services around Europe and America, Patagonia's anti-fashion environmental message has resonated with people who buy into their vision. Helping our customers keep their products in use longer was also one of the original big ideas in Patagonia. Between 2008 and 2014, profits reportedly tripled. Patagonia claims it generated revenue of nearly $1 billion a year. Its hope is to inspire other brands to tackle the environmental impact of fast fashion. If I had the opportunity to sit down with leaders from some of the bigger fast fashion companies in the world, what I'd really encourage them to understand the full impact of their supply chains. Patagonia provides a glimpse into more enlightened approach to fashion, but they are rare examples. For Mohammed, the boom in fast fashion has been good for business, but this throwaway culture sits uncomfortably with him. Sometimes it's self-destroying, because you come to work and you just think, it is what we've come to, that the human race, all we think about it is dispose of things. The environmental impact on the planet is just closer, and I don't think we as the human race realize that what it is that we are doing just for the sake of wearing a pair of jeans. In order to tackle the throwaway culture, brands and consumers need to change their behaviors. Industrial pioneers are providing that there is visible business opportunities in selling less. Others need to follow suit.